Welcome to the check-in report. Let me hit the bell. It's been a long time coming since I hit that bell. Time honored tradition that I hit that bell. Today's topic: Monique has set the internet ablaze. Salute to Shannon Sharp. Let me clap it up for Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp has done another internet breaking interview with none other than Monique, one of the queens of comedy. Salute to Monique, setting the internet ablaze. We're going to get into some of the things that she said on the interview. I did an interview going through the whole Tyler Perry, Oprah kerfluffle, the whole discrepancy about, Monique, being blackballed, blacklisted, being violated by Tyler Perry and Oprah. I touched on that in an earlier stream. This stream, I want to talk about Monique's relationship with D.L. Hughley. She has beef with none other than D.L. Hughley. She talked about, a lot of things. We're going to get into it. I don't want to spoil it yet. We're going to get into their whole storied history, and we got to get to, baby, we got to get to Tiffany Haddish, who was, she was talking real spicy in a GQ interview, talking about, I can never have a husband like Monique. Monique clapped at her. She put her in her place. So we got a lot to get to. Salute to everybody that's checked in, whether you're in the clouds, whether you're in the chat. Let me see if anybody's in the chat right now. Okay, we got Nelly in the chat. Salute to Nelly. Nelly's checked in. Salute to Nelly. Nelly says, good evening. Nelly says, DL is a boule sellout and a Democrat. He can have a tall glass of STFU. Nelly clapping at D.L. Hughley. Yeah, I'm not a fan of D.L. Hughley either, Nelly. I'm not. He's like, he is like a left-wing bootlicker. He really is. He's like a left-wing bootlicker. Whatever the Democrats are pushing or trying to sell you, he's right behind them, tap dancing, shucking and jiving for them. He rubs me the wrong way as well, Nelly. I gotta be honest. He does, He's just another, left-wing bootlicker, like Charlemagne the God, a lot of other, people that's in the entertainment industry. They think that, the Democrats could do no wrong. The Democrats, just come out and vote for them. Come out. Roland Martin, he's another one. Come out and vote for the left wing. Come out and vote for the Democrats. Like, while the Democrats, they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything for black people. They put every other community's rights. I'm not gonna get into all those other communities. The alphabet community, the Latino community. They put all of their agendas first before black people. They put our black agendas at the bottom of the totem pole every year, but they want you to come out and vote for them. For what? What's the point? So I agree with you, Nelly. He's just another left-wing bootlicker. But hold on, let me see something real quick. Okay, here we go. Now let's get to let's not waste no time and get into the beginning of this whole thing. Monique is going to go into a little bit of their history, but if you don't know, Monique, queen of comedy, D.L. Hughley, king of comedy. And before they had their little issue or whatever, they were cool. They had a good relationship. They had a good relationship. Even Monique says that, she referred to DL as her brother. She referred to DL as her brother, like, as a, sister to brother type relationship. So they were cool at some point. At some point they were cool. But, Monique is going to speak about what actually, soured their relationship. So let's get into what Monique was saying, because we have a lot to get to. But let's get into what Monique was saying in this interview clip. Let's get into it right now.
Family. Mm-hmm. And people begin to get comfortable to jump on the Monique bandwagon of Monique doing things wrong, and she doing this and she doing that. And there's a brother named D.L. Hughley.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
And until he take accountability,
Uh-oh.
I won't let it go. What would you get ready to say?
I was gonna say, what did DL do?
Let me tell you. Baby, that voice went up, didn't it? DL is friend. He like, that's my friend.
No, I've met DL on several occasions. I don't know DL like that.
Okay.
Do I know DL say like I know an earthquake? No. Do I know, since I've interviewed Kat, had several conversations with him, do I know DL on that level? No.
Right. See, when we say family is sacred,
Right.
Family is sacred. And we know that you don't cross the line when it comes to family.
And I'm letting it be known right now. I am Team Monique. I'm rolling with Monique tonight. Salute to Sinclair. I see Sinclair's checked in. Salute to Sinclair. Checked into the building. I want to let everybody know that I am Team Monique. I'm holding the Monique flag today. You know, proud Parkers watcher. I used to watch the Parkers. I'm Team Monique tonight. I'm rolling. All right. Let's get back to what Monique was talking about in terms of D.L. Hughley. See what she had to say.
Correct.
Right? I do DL's radio show.
Yes.
Okay.
D.L. Hughley is not there. His team is there. And Shannon, we having a great time. I mean, baby, we having a great time. We going forward, back and forth. When we get to the end of the show, they say, Monique, you want to play a game? Well, I want to play. I said, sure, sugar.
We got to take a pause for the calls. But what I was about to stop the video anyway, and I was going to say, you know, it's something about like these radio shows, only on urban radio do they ask, because Monique is going to get into it, but Monique is pretty much saying that she went to this D.L. Hughley radio show, and they asked her this wild question, like this wild, disrespectful question, right? And I noticed, like, it's only these urban, you know, radio shows. It's only like these hip hop, urban, you know, where they think they could joke with you and make all these wild jokes about your family or wild jokes about your personal life. Meanwhile, when Taylor Swift goes to a radio station, when Adele goes to a radio station, when any type of these white artists go to a Z100 or a pop station or whatever, they get the utmost respect. Nobody's asking them weird questions about their family or making accusations. They get treated with the utmost respect. It's only when you go to these black stations, these urban stations, where they feel like they can disrespect you. They feel like they can say these wild things about your family or your personal life. I think Monique had a point with that when she got into it. But let's get back into what she was saying in this interview.
Game. And it's a game called Would You Rather.
No.
Would you rather?
Now,
Monique, you should have said I'm too old for this game.
wait a minute. We're having fun, baby.
I see Reese is in the building. Salute to Reese. I see you checked in, Reese. Get back to it.
Right? We having a good time, Shannon. Okay. It's the sister there and there's two other guys. We're having a great time. It's a beautiful black unity cookout.
Okay.
We're having a good time.
Okay.
Would you say your wife was your family? Is that considered family?
Yeah.
So your
Absolutely.
husband's considered family, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So here we go.
Let's get into it.
They said, Monique, we want to play a game of Would You Rather.
Okay.
Let's go. Would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom
Wow.
or Corinne Steffens without one?
I'm going to stop right there. Now, keep in mind, this is a married woman. And you having her play and not only is Monique a married woman, she's a married woman of age. She's Monique got to be at least late 50s, early 60s. You know, she's not a young woman. So, no, these are like wild jokes. So she went up to this station and they asked Monique, would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or sleep with Corinne Steffens? If you don't know who Corinne Steffens is, that is Superhead. She's the infamous video vixen that wrote a book about, you know, how she slept with all these different rappers. And they pretty much disrespected Monique by asking her this ridiculous question. by insinuating, that, and also let's get into the insinuating, because there's a lot of it's like they almost insinuating something, because they said, would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or sleep with Corinne Steffens with a condom, right? So first of all, that's a wild, disrespectful question to be asking about somebody's husband. This is somebody's family. This is somebody that they did. Like, Monique's husband is not in the industry. He's just her manager. He's not like another actor or another comedian that's on the stage. He's just in the background as her business manager. You're disrespecting her family. You're disrespecting the people in her lives that take care of her, that, help her day to day. The question was wild, disrespectful. And what are you insinuating with that question? Are you insinuating that Lee Daniels has some type of disease or something? Or are you insinuating that Corinne Steffens has some type of disease? What are you trying to insinuate? And it goes back to what I said, it's only these hip hop urban stations that ask these wild, crazy, disrespectful questions. When Taylor Swift, Adele, or let's say like a white actor that's prominent, they don't get asked these questions. They treat them with the utmost respect. They ask them about their craft. What do they got going on? What do they have? What projects are they working on or that are up and coming? And they treat them with the utmost respect. But when you go to these hip hop, when you go to these urban radio stations, they think that, we all family. We could joke around. We can make fun of your family or your husband and yada yada. No, that was wild, disrespectful. And Monique picked up on it. She didn't feel that. She didn't like that. And she called out D.L. Hughley on that. Let's get back to it, though. Let's get back to it. See what she's talking about.
Really, Monique?
Now, as y'all are watching right now who haven't heard this story, y'all going, they doing the same thing in the studio. They going, okay. That is exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. Now, I said to the team, how does that uplift our community? I said, sister, and her name is Jasmine, how could you ask another sister that? Mm-hmm. Well, we just planned. I said, tell me the joke in that, because I don't know what you're insinuating. Uh-huh. Then you're involving people that have nothing to do with nothing.
That's another thing. That's another thing about, like, urban and black radio, right? They asked you questions about people that have nothing to do with what you're doing. Monique is a stand-up comedian. Why are you asking her about her husband? First of all, it's like I said, her husband is not in the entertainment industry. He's just a manager. Why are you putting him in a scenario where he's sleeping with Lee Daniels and Superhead? Like, I'm the star. I'm the comedian here. I got 3-4 projects that I'm working on that I'm trying to push. Why are you bringing my husband into the mix? Wild disrespectful. Even I saw Sinclair. Let me see what Sinclair was saying. Yeah, it's wild disrespectful. Hold on. Let me see what talk about it here. Hold on, let me see what y'all talking about up here. Hold on. Yeah, you pretty much said not only disrespecting her, but their marriage and her husband. I agree. Disrespecting her marriage, disrespecting, these are personal people in her lives. These are not people that are like, in the entertainment industry. These are people that are personally in her life. Leave those people alone. Leave those people, you know what I mean? Some people should not be talked about, like kids, family. Those things should be left alone. Let's continue, though.
What are y'all doing? So I said, I'm going to call my brother. Mm-hmm. DL. I'm going to call my brother. Uh-huh. I call DL Hughley on the phone. Mm-hmm. I say, hey, baby. Yeah.
Huh? You hear the tone in his voice? Yeah. She's saying that's how he answered the phone. He answered the phone like, yeah. Like, what do you want?
That's how he responds. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Did he know it was you?
Yes, because they called him to let him know Monique's going to be calling. Right. Like, this, it was getting crazy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, just let me get on the phone with my brother. Uh-huh. Right? Yeah. Hey, DL. Yeah. I said, listen, I just got off the phone with your team, and they wanted to play this game, Would You Rather? And it was like, stupid. Like, asking me about my husband and Lee Daniels and Corinne Steffens, and his exact words, well, that's how we do it. I said, DL, how does that uplift our community? And again, I don't know what y'all trying to insinuate, but brother, what you doing? Like I said, that's just how we do it. So it is what it is. Now it got so ugly that
Now we're gonna play DL Hughley's response to that now, because he's challenging what she's saying. Because Monique, remember, Monique is saying that it got so bad that she had to contact her lawyers to pretty much squash the interview, right? DL Hughley is challenging what she's saying in that, right? So we're gonna get to what he's saying shortly, but let's continue what she was talking about in this interview.
My attorney had to send a cease and desist, so it never aired. So we have, like, when Cat Williams talk and people, truth tellers talk, we have receipts to everything we're saying. That's how that whole thing got started, okay? It's family. My husband is my family.
Yeah.
Now, you babies that are really good with this internet, through the years, I've watched DL speak ill of me. Through the years, I never knew DL Hughley had a problem with me. But when Cat say they all a group,
I got receipts for that too. He has been talking spicy about Monique, but most of his beef with Monique stems from that night. There's an infamous night where Monique is going to get into it, where she was supposed to headline, and he was supposed to be like, before her or something like that, before she closed the show. It was like a discrepancy, and she pretty much aired him out on stage. She's going to talk about it, but let's continue.
Forgot to put DL Hughley in the group. Through the years, I was bitter. I was dangerous with what I was doing, saying that it was inequality. My husband didn't know what he was doing. This went on through the years. I was unloved, all of these things. And I said to myself, I'ma see you. I'ma see you.
She was gonna put some hands on him. What Monique called her husband, she called him Daddy. Daddy was gonna put some hands on you. Daddy was gonna put some hands and feet on you, DL Hughley. You keep playing with Team Mo. Team Mo. Monique's husband gonna put, Professor Ogilvy is going to put hands and feet on you. Okay, DL? Keep playing with Team Mo. Let's continue.
I didn't go on nobody's show. I didn't say nothing to nobody, but I knew the time would come that I would see him. We were scheduled to do a show in Los Angeles. I was the headliner of that show. His name was on it, then his name came off. I didn't question it.
Okay.
But I knew I'ma see him, right?
Eventually.
Okay. Now we have a show in Detroit. Contractually, I was the headliner. DL Hughley posted a memo. Now, when you signed your deal for the Ravens, did you sign a contract or a memorandum?
I signed a contract.
You see how you say that? Like anybody that knows good business, you sign. The memo is saying this is what I would like.
Right.
But the contract is.
The contract said she was supposed to headline DL Hughley. Are you going to get into that? Will you clarify that? Will you deny those claims? Monique said she was the headliner. She was on the top of the bill, DL. You was at the bottom. You were supposed to open up for her, all right? You were supposed to be on stage tap dancing with your candy cane, with your top hat. You were supposed to be warming up the stage for Monique. Monique said in her contract, she was the headliner. She was the closer. You were supposed to warm up the stage for her. Okay? So you want to stroll your little narrow behind in at 9:30 thinking you're going to close the show? That ain't happening. Let's continue.
Saying this is what it is. Okay?
Yes.
He put out a memo to our community, and that touched me a little different because I was saying, why would you lie to our babies? Because now they're thinking if they send somebody a memo, that's what they're supposed to get.
Talk about it, Mo. Talk about it, Mo.
I was contractually signed to go as the headliner.
Right. I mean, you go last.
DL Hughley didn't come into the building until 9:30.
Walking this little narrow behind in there at 9:30.
Contractually, I said I have to be on stage by 9:30.
Tell him, Mo.
Because if the show starts at 8, I refuse to keep an audience waiting.
Right.
That is disrespectful to the audience.
Tell him, Mo.
When I went out on that stage, Shannon, I made sure everything I said, he heard me. Because now you're here and I'm going to say it to you. And I said some things on that stage that I said he was cowardly.
Business owners, do you want to zero?
We're going to take a pause for the calls, but let me know what y'all thinking in there, man. Turn up in that chat room, man. Pop somebody's chain in that chat room, man. Let them know you rocking with Team Mo tonight. Are you rocking with Team Mo tonight? Or are you a part of the losing crew? Are you a part of the losing team? with DL Hughley. Because I'm rocking Team Mo tonight. It's Team Mo tonight. All right. I'm rocking. I'm over here with Professor Ogilvy, Countess Vaughn. We all over here. Team Mo. We rocking. Let's continue.
And some folks said, how could you say that? How could you do that? And then I posted some things to say, this is what I meant. See, you came after my husband. And when you had a chance to fix it, when you had a chance to say, Mo, my bad, you know, we don't even get down like that.
Right.
You told me it is what it is.
Wow.
And until he's brave enough and courageous enough to say, this is what really happened, y'all. Y'all have never known me to be no shit starter. Folks ain't never known me to go over and kick a sandwich out of somebody's hand that's hungry. But what people do know is, if you kick me, damn if I ain't gonna kick you back.
Right.
Because that's fair play.
Right.
Okay.
So there was one left out the pack. And when you have people that continually don't take accountability, that's why you see us in the state of affairs we're in.
I'm a firm believer, Mo, that
Now, let's stop it right there. Because she got into the whole mix. She got into the whole story. It's time to get into DL Hughley. So, you know, all those that's rocking with the DL Hughley team, if you're part of the losing crew, DL Hughley. Let's play DL Hughley's statements. Let's see what he had to say, because he's pretty much calling her out. He's pretty much calling her a liar. Now, let me see. Did he write something here? Okay. Now, before we play the video, let's get into what his comments was. What's what his post said on his Instagram. Let's get into it. The reason lies and false narratives continue to go on and circulate is because they go unchecked. What you're not going to do is call me out my name and not get checked, Monique, is a liar. A liar. She constantly throwing the rock and hiding her hand. You don't get to tear people down, then soften the blow by calling them brother, sister. What do y'all think about that? Hold on. We're going to continue what he's talking about. But, you know, Monique was throwing that brother around. She was throwing that brother. She was throwing that brother, that sister, baby, sweet baby. Oh, that's our sweet baby. Brother, we got love for you, brother. We got love for your sister. You know, she was throwing that around. Okay, I see Sinclair's Team Mo. Okay, you on the winner circle, Sinclair. You're with the winner circle. Team Mo is the winner circle, okay? We rocking. But I kind of agree with what DL is saying here. He was, you know, Monique was going hard with the brother, sister. We love you, sweet baby. But you know, you're calling out these people. You know, come on. I kind of agree with him on that point. You don't get to tear people down then soften the blow by calling them brother, sister, sweet baby. That's not love. Far from it. I'm sure, like thought he loved. I'm sure Ike thought he loved Tina too. He's talking about Tina Turner and Ike Turner. Apologize. I will never forgive or forget the way you tried to manipulate my daughter's trauma to fit your sick narrative. I don't play when it comes to me. I don't play when it comes to mines, because I love my family for real. And they actually love me back. Team DL. Okay, so Team DL right here. See, he's Team DL. He got the flag up for y'all. He got the flag up. Team DL. Let's get into what he was saying. Let's see what he was talking about there. I didn't know Monique was going at DL's daughter though. I didn't know that. You know, we'll have to look into that. But let's see what DL's talking about on here.
Well, Club Shay Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a weight set.
Oh, he's clapping at Shannon Sharp. He's calling Shannon Sharp the new Wendy Williams. Salute to Dr. Strange. Salute to Jadera. I see y'all checked in. Salute. I see y'all checked into the building. But he's calling Shannon Sharp the new Wendy Williams, man. It's crazy. Let's continue though.
So Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something
Okay.
or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do has got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time.
Okay.
And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she said she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me.
Stop right there. 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 You just called her a liar, but you just admitted that she did call you. So she did call you. So don't call her a liar in terms of that. You know, if you got more stuff, then okay, that's cool. But she did call you. Let's continue.
I heard her complaints.
Okay.
I listened to her and I pulled the segment. She's
saying she had to call her lawyer. Now, whoa, DL. We gotta dissect everything you're saying here, brother. I'm on my Monique now. I'm calling him brother now. But we gotta dissect everything you're saying here, because she said she had to call her lawyer for you to pull the interview. You saying you did it on your own will, on your own volition or whatever. You did it on your own will or whatever. She said she had to call her lawyers. What is it? Did she have to call her lawyers, or did you do it out of respect for her? Because she said somebody's lying. I'm not gonna say it's Mo. I'm not gonna say it's DL, but somebody's lying here. Monique said she had to call her lawyers for you to. She said she had to send a cease and desist from that interview that you had with her, joking about. If you don't know, Monique talked about how, if you're just walking in here, Monique was talking about how she went to the DL Hughley show and he wasn't there, but his team was there, and they were asking her question, and one of the questions was, would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels without a condom or with Corinne Steffens without a condom? And Monique was offended by that question, which she should be, because her husband is not a celebrity. Her husband is a manager. He's not in the celebrity. He's not a public figure, right? Let's get back to what DL's talking about here.
So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't, because I respected her wishes. She's a liar.
Somebody's lying here. I'm not going to say it's Mo. I'm not going to say it's DL, but one of them are lying, because Monique said she had to call up her lawyer. She had to call up her lawyer, send a cease and desist. Sinclair said he pulled the show after her lawyers threatened him. Let's go, Sinclair. Sinclair got a thinking cap on. Let's go, Sinclair. I agree. Because listen, when a lawyer send that cease and desist, you know, you may want to, hey, listen, the lawyer send a cease and desist. That's the warning shot. The cease and desist is the warning shot. Like, listen, you need to cease and desist. Do not put that out. Cease and desist, or we're gonna take this farther in terms of litigation. I'm rolling with Sinclair, what she's saying, because my whole thing is, if you was really on it, if what I mean, because that makes more sense why you would pull it. It doesn't make sense that you, because it sounds like to me that you never really was rocking with her like that, because she said when she called you that you had a little attitude, like, yeah, what do you want? Like, you was on some standoffish type of. So it makes more sense that her calling you and you probably saying, yo, like, what are you talking about, Mo? It's just comedy. Like, he probably thinking it was like some type of comedy or whatever. And she was like, nah, I don't like that. I don't want that out. And then he was like, he probably told her, I'm putting it out, whatever, I don't care. So that she had to call the lawyers, and he got frightened, he got scared, he didn't want to get, dragged into a lawsuit. So he pulled the interview. That makes more sense, DL. I think you're lying. I think you're capping right now. Let's continue though. See what he got to say.
It also befuddles the shit out of me how somebody who, as a comedian, talks as much shit about everybody else as she does, she has the temerity to be offended about anything. He
loves saying that word, the temerity. I've watched an interview with him. on Vlad TV. He loves saying that temerity, the temerity, the unlitigated gall, the temerity. He loves saying that word. Like, that's like one of his favorite words to say. Like, it's like the top of his list. But okay, let's continue.
As much shit as you say about people. Then she encouraged everybody, allegedly it stems from the fact that I used to always talk shit about her on video after video, and she encouraged her sweet babies to look at the video and find them. Do that. Do exactly what she says. And you know what you're not going to find? You're not going to find any evidence of that, because Monique is a fucking liar. She's lying about that. But what you will find is Monique talking shit about some alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket.
He's lying. He's lying. I could pull it up. I could pull up the interview. I could pull up where he was talking spicy about Monique. I could pull it up. There's a few interviews. DL, you're capping. DL, I already caught you in 2 lies already. DL. You looking like a liar now that I'm examining this video, because first of all, what did Monique lie about? Because I'm challenging what you're saying about you pulling the interview. I don't think you pulled the interview. I think that's cap. I think that she threatened you with the lawyers, and you was like, you know what? I don't want to get sued. Which would have been the smart thing to do. I think you're capping. And I could pull up the interview where I saw there's a Vlad TV interview where you're talking about her. There's another interview that from back in the day where you're on your radio show talking crazy about her. You've been talking crazy about her, DL. Let's be honest here. I could pull it up. Let's continue though.
It says DL Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story.
Now another thing that I want to bring up, and I know I'm kind of riding hard on y'all right now because I'm Team Monique, Team Mo tonight. But I'm being real with y'all. I'm be honest with you. Is he going to address the fact that she had a contract that said Sinclair is calling him dirty liar, DL, dirty liar. Jadaro says, if that's the case, the cease and desist would be available for everyone to see. Well, Monique is saying that she has the receipts. She says she has she says she has it. She says she has the cease and desist. She says she has the receipts. So if she got receipts of Tyler Perry talking crazy to her, I'm sure she got receipts on DL. I wouldn't see why. Sinclair says DL sounds like he's a bitter, toothy Pez dispenser. And Nelly calls DL a clown. I agree. It's Team Mo tonight. We're rocking. Let's continue.
But what she did in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife, this broad, even bought out
his dog and his wife. You over here talking crazy about you was talking crazy. You were saying that she's not a good comedian. You made a stupid joke, and you and your team, you talked crazy about her husband. Like, what was you trying to do? Was you trying to insinuate that her husband is like funny style or something like that? Like he's not a straight leg or something like that? Like, what were you trying to insinuate by saying, or would he rather sleep with Lee Daniels or Corinne Steffens? Like, what were you trying to insinuate? You disrespected her family first. And that's what Monique was saying. Monique was saying that, yo, I consider my husband family, and my husband is not a public figure. He's not a celebrity. He's just my manager. And you brung him in a discussion with this crazy nonsense question, and you didn't have no respect for me to pull the interview. I had to get my lawyers to squash the interview because you was so thirsty to get this interview out. Because I'm sure, because let's be honest. Let's be honest. This interview was in, it was probably like 10 years ago. Back then, people were trying to go viral back then. It was about the viral interviews. Breakfast Club was infamous for that. They used to have the viral interviews. Remember when they had Ray J and calling in after the fight with Fabulous, when Fabulous called in? It was all about going viral. That viral moment, that crazy interview. That was the era back then when people went to radio stations. It was like trying to go viral. So I think he was thirsty. To get that clip out, to get that interview out. Monique squashed it. And and that's where things, I guess, went sour, in my opinion. Let's continue.
My daughter's personal trauma. My daughter was molested, and Monique bought that shit out and told the world that I allowed my daughter to be raped in front of me. The lying motherfucker. She knows she was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren, because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you? How do you love us for real when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real, except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay? And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies, not daddies who get paid by their daughters. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes. Monique, if she'd have spent as much time actually writing jokes and writing her Netflix special as she did complaining about not having one, it wouldn't have been trash. It got the worst reviews of any Netflix special in history, because that's what Monique does.
We got to do some research on that. He's blurting a lot of stuff out, but can we? I may have to do some research on that. The worst Netflix special. Hold on. Let me look this up on my phone real quick. I got 12. I got a 12 on my battery. Hold on. The worst rated. Because I'm about to look this up. The worst rated Netflix special. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up on my phone right quick. The worst Netflix drops the worst comedy special. Let me see. I don't see Monique's name. I don't see nothing with Monique, because he's saying that she has the worst comedy Netflix special. I don't see her name nowhere. I'm looking. Netflix. I'm on stand-up's worst. Netflix drops the worst comedy special since Hannah Gatsby. I don't know who that is. No, I don't see it. They saying it's 85 South. That's DC Fly and the Wildin' Out guys. They saying that's the worst. That's what they saying. I don't see nothing about Monique. See, he's blurting out a lot of stuff, but let's fact check it. Let's really fact check what he's saying, because he just said Monique had the worst rated Netflix special. Hold on. I'm on a list. I'm on CBR.com right now. I'm looking at the worst. Oh, no, these are all right, these are not specials. These are like shows. 15 NBA. Okay, let me see. Let me look at this right here. Okay, I'm on CBR. Let me see number one. Okay, I got a list. I'm on CBR. Okay, let me see. They have Todd Glass, Act Happy, as the number one worst. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. Hold on, let me put this up on the screen, because he's blurting out a lot of lies right now. Now I don't know about him. I don't know a lot about what Monique said about the daughter. I can't verify that or not. I don't know. Maybe we'll look into that as well. But he just said Monique had the worst special. Now let's look this up. I'm gonna put this on the screen. Hold on. He just said Monique had the worst Netflix special. That's what he just said. Let's get into it. Now, this is a research show. Worst specials. Hold on, we're gonna look this up. He's blurting out a lot of lies, in my opinion. Okay, now look at this. CBR, right? 15 most unpopular Netflix special. This is the list that I see. All right. This list was made in January 15th, 2020. This list was made this year. This is some of the worst. Dave Chappelle's on this list. Gabrielle is I don't know who that is, but that he's on this list. Who else is on this list? Hannah Gatsby. Hold on. Kevin James is on this list. Let's continue. Jeff Dunham is on this list. Let's continue. Eric Adams is on this list. Let's continue. Chris D'Ellis is on this list. Let's continue. Rob Schneider is on this list. Let's continue. Hold on. Jenny Slate is on this list. Let's continue. Let's see if Monique pops up on here. Joe Rogan is on this list. Ken Jeong is on this list. Who else is on this list? Hold on. Pete Davidson's on this list. Let's continue. Amy Schumer. Who's number 2? Jeff Foxworthy. Who's number 1? Hold it. Is it Monique? No. It's Todd Glass. D.L. Hughley. You're lying. You're a liar, D.L. Hughley. You're lying. I just caught you in 2 lies right now. You just said Monique had the worst Netflix special. We just looked it up. They have rated this the number 1 unpopular trash special, right? Let me see the name of this list again. Because you got some heavyweights on this list. So these are like the most undesirable or least favorable specials, right? It says 15 most unpopular Netflix specials. Now keep in mind, heavyweights are on this list. We saw Dave Chappelle, Joe Rogan, some of the heavyweights in comedy. Monique wasn't even on this list. D.L. Hughley, you're lying. You're lying. We just caught you in 2 lies. We may have to look up what you said, what you're claiming Monique said. You said Monique was talking about your daughter. I may have to look into that next, because I just caught you in 2 lies of you saying that Monique did this and Monique had the worst special. That's not true. Let's continue though. Continue. See what you're talking about on here. The temerity. Why is it not playing? Hold on. Why are you not playing? Hold on.
You never see her being a human being. You never see her being sweet and warm to people, except when she's using it to butter somebody up to get something. There's a reason why everywhere she goes, shit starts. Everywhere she goes. How is it that nobody fucks with you? Not even your family. How do you... Well, I was on the road getting it. I get it every goddamn week. Look at my schedule versus yours. See how much I'm going. And I still manage to have a relationship that I cherish with my children. Can you say the same?
Dr. Strange says, if he said the worst and not worst rated, then he was speaking opinion and not facts. He's saying worse as in quality, not quantity of ratings. In my opinion, he's burning out a lot of lies. He said it was the worst. And keep in mind, Dr. Strange, if you're saying it's the worst, right? Because we just looked up the most unpopular specials, right? I think that her special would at least be on that list. It would have been somewhere, maybe not number 1, but it should have at least been on that list. It's not even on that list. It's not even on that list. It's not even on that list. So for him to say that and her name not even pop up on that list, he's clearly lying here. He's lying. Let's continue.
You can't. Because all you do is talk about your grievances and who did you wrong. There's a reason you're by yourself. There's a reason you got to pay a man to love you. It's sad. There's an old adage that says you can't buy love. It's a shame, Monique, that you probably always will have to.
He thought he was cooking. He thought he was cooking. I'm sorry, DL. You wasn't cooking, man. You wasn't cooking. Now, hold on. Give me 1 second, because I want to look this up. Let me just see if anything pops up. Monique talks about D.L. Hughley's daughter, because I've never personally seen that. So let's look that up. Because, I already caught him in 2 lies. He lied about 2 things already. He lied about the special. I think he's lying about the interview. I think the lawyers put some pressure on him, and he folded like a cheap Dollar Tree chair. But let's get into Monique. D.L. Hughley daughter. Let's see. D.L. Hughley daughter. Because I've never seen that. And I'm not saying let me see. Hold on. What's this say? Amid their ongoing feud, Monique dredged up an old interview where D.L. Hughley allegedly refused to believe that his own daughter, Ryan Nicole Shepherd, was sexually abused. She seemingly equated it to her trauma, where she, as a black woman, was not believed when he spoke up about her trauma. Okay, so it's something. It's something here. Let me see. Sportskeeda. Okay, so all right, maybe he's not lying about this one. Okay, what did Monique say about D.L. Hughley's daughter? Feud explained that Club Shay Shay interview. Okay, so pretty much, so people have done they done their due diligence. So pretty much, yeah, she's brought up his daughter in reference. Let me see. Let me see. So pretty much, yeah. I don't think he's lying about that, because I ain't gonna lie. I'll give him that one, because I think that's something crazy to lie about. That's something crazy to lie about. I ain't gonna lie. You know, like your daughter dealing with something like that. That would be something. So I'm gonna give him that. You know, and condolences to his daughter. You know what I mean? And, you know, respect to his family. But I'll give him that one. That one I'll give him, because I mean, that's something. I mean, that's crazy to something. I don't think he would lie about that one. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he would lie about that. You know what I mean? But yeah. But that's crazy though, man. I think that's crazy though. But I mean, I don't think that Monique, when Monique probably brought that up. If this is just my opinion, I haven't seen what Monique said, so I don't know exactly what Monique said. But in my opinion, I don't think Monique brought it up in a sense of trying to disrespect his family. Maybe she was just bringing up an incident and trying to correlate, you know, to his life or whatever. I don't know. I can't really speak to it. You know, I'll give Monique. You know, listen. You know, in that instance, I think, you know, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's a sad situation though. But he did lie about two things though. I'm gonna be honest with you. He lied. He lied, in my opinion. He lied about the interview, and he lied about, you know, a couple things, man. He lied about a couple things, man. We caught you in a couple lies, DL. Now, let's go to another section here. We got to get to another section. Hold on, my computer's kind of acting up. Hold on, y'all give me a sec. The temerity of my computer right now, acting crazy. Unlitigated gall. Oh, what is going on, y'all? Hold on, y'all give me a second, man. Hate when this stuff happens. Put this up right quick. Everything is just acting weird on my computer right now. There we go. Let me see. All right, so let's go to another section where Monique was talking about Tiffany Haddish. Let's get to that. Hopefully it'll play. And hold on. Yeah, my computer's acting up right now. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Hold on. All right, I think we good. Hold on. Let's get to the Tiffany Haddish stuff. But I'm Team Mo. I'm Team Mo all day. All right. I think that nigga DL was a lie. He's a liar. Listen, the whole daughter thing. I think that Monique probably, you know, she shouldn't have said that. I think she probably overstepped. But the reality is, people have overstepped with her. She felt maybe. How about this? If you know, just to give some clarity, just to give some you know, some clarity to that whole situation, or maybe why she probably brought that up about his daughter. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying what she said was right, but I'm just saying, just to give it some clarity. Maybe this is why she probably did it. Maybe she felt like you overstepped when you allowed your team to bring up her husband in a scenario of him sleeping with Lee Daniels or Corinne Steffens. Maybe she felt like you overstepped that boundary. So in turn, when she sat down with whoever she sat down with and brought up your daughter, maybe she felt like that was an opportunity to overstep her boundary with you. So because people, listen, man, they say hurt people. So maybe she felt like, you know, you slapped her in the face with that, you know, we're talking about her husband and saying stuff about that, you know, and in that interview, she felt, you know, disrespected. So maybe she felt like, you know what, I'm going to bring up his daughter, you know? So maybe if I'm going to give any type of clarity to the situation, maybe that's why Monique said what she said. But I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right, you know, but maybe that's why. But let's get into what she talked about in terms of Tiffany Haddish. Now, what she said about Tiffany Haddish was an absolute gut punch. All right, let's get into what she was saying about Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish did an interview with GQ magazine.
Tiffany Haddish did an interview with GQ magazine. It's right here, and she was talking real spicy about Monique and her husband. Let's continue.
And this, in my humble opinion, is where we keep throwing each other under the bus. You're doing an interview with GQ magazine, and I'm assuming the journalist was a white person. And the conversation
He was.
turned to Monique. And she said, well, I don't do business like Monique do business, and I'm glad I don't have that husband of hers.
But she don't know your husband.
And when I saw that, it's like, Tiffany, if you had a husband like mine, you may not have 2 DUIs. If you had a husband like mine, you may not be caught up in what looks like you could have been grooming a child. And I say all of that with no judgment.
That was a gut punch. Now, we could look it up. Now, listen, she was talking spicy. I got the GQ interview right here. She was talking spicy about, you know, Monique. You know, I don't have a husband like Monique. Monique, she got a husband that control her. You know, they're just that real sister girl attitude. Acting like, just that mirror, acting like she's better than Monique. I don't got a husband. And Monique brought up a very eloquent point. You know, maybe if you had a husband, Tiffany Haddish, let's get into it. Let's pull up your DUI. Let's pull up the photos of you and your DUI, man. You know, you can't put the bottle down. Let's get into it. Tiffany Haddish, DUI. Put the bottle down, Tiffany Haddish. You know, Common left. You know, she's stressed out. You know, look at her. Look, smiling in the photos. Listen, a gut punch. Everything Monique said about this woman is absolutely true. If she had a husband, maybe her husband could have kept her out of a car while she was drunk. Maybe her husband could have, you know. You knocking Monique for having a husband that protects her. Knocking Monique because she got a husband that protect her business and protects her general interests. While meanwhile, look, you not having a man, look what it got you. Look what you not having a man got you, Tiffany Haddish. It got you in jail. It got you in jail behind bars. You know, got you paying off people because you and Aries Spears did a weird skit where, you know, y'all was grooming a child. That was weird. You know, I don't want to even get into that. But yeah. Monique brought up an eloquent point, man. I mean, I gotta be honest. I'm definitely, you know, she has a problem. You know, Tiffany has a problem. You know, and like, you know, she can't keep a man. Respectfully, no disrespect to her, but she can't keep a man. Common left her. Common done left her. Remember when she was dating Common? Let's pull that up. Remember when she was dating Common? Let's pull that up. You know, what happened? Why did Common leave her? Let's get. Why did Common leave her? Let's get into that. Why did Common leave her? Did Common just say, you know what? I'm tired of this girl. She's not funny. You know, the movies are dried up. You know, she's not getting no movie roles like that. She's not lit. You know, Jennifer Hudson, she got a TV show. Let me call her back. What was it? Why did Common leave Tiffany Haddish? Why do y'all think? Is she an alcoholic? Did Common say, you know what, she's toxic? She can't control herself. Every time I'm hanging out with her, she's grabbing a bottle of liquor and she wants to get behind the wheel. She's too toxic for me. I have to go find something else. Let me go link up with Jennifer Hudson. You know, Jennifer Hudson, she's lit right now. Jennifer Hudson, salute to Jennifer Hudson. You know, I'm just keeping it real, man. Just keeping it real. Like, you know, I see the eyes. But it's real though. Why do y'all think Common left her? Why do y'all think Tiffany Haddish? Because, I mean, and I'm not trying to disrespect Tiffany, but the reality is this, you know, when you say certain things about people, when you bring up certain things about people, because what Monique said is true. When you say, she said in an interview, she said, you know, when you say certain things about people and you disrespect them, that opens up the door for us to clap back. So she's saying, well, you talked about me and my husband, and I don't know what you're talking about. Me and my husband, we have a successful relationship. My husband protects me. He provides for me. He helps me with my business. You know, when I'm in these corporate rooms with Tyler Perry and they're trying to take advantage of me on a business level, he's there to protect me. Look what happens to you, Tiffany Haddish, because you don't have no man to protect you. Let's just be real. You don't have no man to protect you. You know, you realistically, Tiffany Haddish, you need a man like you know, Monique's husband. You need a man like that. Has she been arrested before for DUI? Because Monique said she had 2 DUIs. Let me see. Yeah, you know, listen, you know. Yeah, she's been arrested. She's been arrested. Yeah, you know, listen, Tiffany. Tiffany. You need help, Tiffany. Put down the bottle. Put down the bottle. And, you know, I don't blame Monique for clapping back at her. You know, because some people will probably say, well, that's low. You know, Tiffany is probably going through a hard time. You know, she's losing roles. She's not, you know, as prominent as she was. You know, all these different things. But at the end of the day, you disrespected her. You said, oh, well, I don't have a husband like Monique and yada, yada, yada. You disrespected Monique. Monique has a man that's protecting her. Monique has a man that's, you know, helping her with her business. I bet you this, Monique's husband wouldn't allow her to get drunk and get behind the wheel. You know, that's what a man's job is supposed to be. A man's job is supposed to, when he's married to a woman, when he's committed to a woman, he's supposed to be protecting her. You don't have that, Tiffany Haddish, and Monique just, you know, she eloquently brought that up. No, she just, you know, running, you know, clapping back at you. Let's continue though.
But when you speak about having a husband like mine, you open up the door. And I'm saying to you, if you had one like mine, you may not sit in these positions that you can't explain the next day.
Right.
Or it's a hard way to go. So once again...
Well, she doesn't even have a husband, let alone like yours.
Well, now, you said it. I sipped on that, Shannon. That was a sip. That required a sip. I remember our beautiful sister Tiffany.
And listen. I think the clapback was warranted. It was warranted. The clapback was warranted because, I mean, you're talking spicy about somebody's husband. The clapback is warranted. You know, it has to go down. I'm not gonna get into the whole Tyler Perry thing. I have a whole video talking about the whole Tyler Perry thing. You know, Monique is talking about how Tyler Perry pretty much, you know, blackballed her, blacklisted her. I mean, you can watch the video on that, you know, where I'll break it down. All I said in that video, I just talked about how Tyler Perry and Oprah, they owe Monique an apology. They really do. They owe her an apology. They need to compensate her and give her an apology. That's my opinion. Yeah, what's with all the eyes, man? Yeah. Y'all never seen that Tiffany Haddish a DUI picture? Y'all never saw that picture before? Let me put it back up. Hold on, put it back up. Hold on. I'm surprised y'all never saw that. Something y'all surprised y'all never seen that? Y'all never saw that pic? Hold on, let me put that back up. Hold on. Y'all never saw this? And you know the smile. You know what the smile tells me? I'm gonna tell you what the smile tells me. Because most people, when they get caught in a DUI or they would feel kind of remorseful. They would feel like, man, I'm messing up. I need to stop getting drunk and get behind the wheel. The smile tells me that she's in a toxic lifestyle. I'm being honest with you. The smile tells me that she's complacent. She's complacent with being toxic. She's complacent with the bad behavior that will land her in jail. She's complacent with it. And what Monique was eloquently bringing up, if you had a husband, Tiffany, you wouldn't be in that predicament where you're getting drunk and getting behind the wheel. If you had a husband, your husband would have said, "Nah, don't do that skit with Aries Spears. That's a weird skit. You're probably gonna get sued." He probably would have told you. He would have gave you instruction to not do that. But no, you did it anyway. Yeah, but that smile tells me that she's complacent with that. She's complacent with that toxic attitude and that toxic way of like, oh, I had to think up this whole time. My fault. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all never saw this picture though? That's crazy. Y'all never saw that picture? I thought y'all saw that picture before, man. It was everywhere. It was everywhere when she got arrested, man. Still ain't learned her lesson. Still have not learned her lesson. Sinclair says Tyler Perry doesn't owe me an apology. He owes me $16 for refunds for his unfunny drag movies. Oprah just needs to go away. How many of Tyler Perry movies have you actually gone to the movie theaters and watched? Sinclair, I'm curious. How many have you went to the movies and watched? Is it more than 3? The Medea movies, man. Yeah, he needs to give black people their money back for all those movies. He definitely robbed the black community with those movies, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. None of those Medea movies was funny. None of those Medea movies. Nobody, let's be honest. All of those Medea movies, nobody's going back to those movies 10 years from now. Who's going back to a Medea movie 10 years from now? Nobody's going back to that movie like a Friday. I'm thinking like classic comedies. A Friday, Super Bad, Animal House. These are all classic comedies. Coming to America. These are classic comedies that people are going to go back to 20 years from now, 30 years from now. People are going to go back to those movies. Are any of y'all going to go back to a Tyler Perry movie, a comedy, a Medea movie? Are you going to go back to any of those movies 20 years from now? Sinclair says 1, and I'm still mad about it. Which one was it, Sinclair? Which one was it? Was it Diary of a Mad Black Woman? What was it? Medea Goes to Jail? Medea's Bar Mitzvah? Which one was it? Nelly says Oprah is another Oprah is another bootlicker. She is. Oprah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Oprah, she's one of the biggest haters of black women. You hear a lot of women, black women, they say, well, I'm for black feminism and black empowerment. I want to uplift black women. Oprah is not that. Oprah is not that whatsoever. Oprah hates on a lot of black women, man. She hates on a lot of black women. Did y'all see? I'm gonna pull it up. Just give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up. But the way she was standoffish with Taraji P. Henson, that bothered me. Cause we know Taraji looks up to Oprah. Taraji was probably really thinking that Oprah was going to, have respect for her craft, give her the type of payment that she's deserving of. And you had Taraji P. Henson crying her eyes out because she's not getting paid what she's deserved of. Right? And Oprah has a storied history of hating on black female actresses. Whoopi Goldberg. She hated on Whoopi Goldberg. It was years since the Color Purple movie. Oprah would have all types of galas and all types of events where, we're bringing women in. We're gonna do this women empowerment show. We're gonna bring all the women in from different ethnicities and different backgrounds. We're gonna bring them into the show. All the time, she would never give Whoopi an invite. She would never give Whoopi an invite. Then 20 years later, she brings Whoopi on the show, and she gonna tell Whoopi, I thought you were mad with me. And Whoopi was like, what? What? Are you up to speed on that? 20 years Oprah was hating on Whoopi. 20 years she wouldn't invite her to none of her events, none of the shows she was doing, and then she finally reached out to her, and she goes on, she brings Whoopi up there, and she tells Whoopi, for all these years I thought you were mad at me. And Whoopi just looked at her like, mad at you? What are you talking about? It's ridiculous, you know. And here she goes again, hating on Monique. You know, Sinclair says Oprah hates women, period. I agree. I agree. She does. Yeah. Nelly says Medea's bar mitzvah. Yeah, you know, Tyler Perry had all of these weird movies, man. Medea goes to jail. Medea family reunion. Medea's funeral. Medea, like, come on, bro. Here you have a man he's claiming to be a devout Christian, right? Walk with me. I'm gonna show you the nonsense of the Christian church and the nonsense of Tyler Perry. Here you have a man who is claiming to be a devout Christian when your whole career you've been dressing up in women's clothes. Now listen, there's a Bible scripture that says that, you know, a man should not be wearing what pertains to a woman. That's a Bible scripture. That's in the Bible. The Bible even talks about, I don't want to get too deep into it, but it does talk about, men being effeminate, right? Now, this is supposed to be a devout Christian, right? And I'm putting the quotation marks on that. This man has made a whole career of dressing in drag. And now listen, if he was a part of that community, if Tyler Perry was a part of the LGBT community, and and maybe he just believed in whatever, he just believed in God. Maybe he didn't cling to a denomination, or he didn't cling to a certain belief system, but he did believe in God. Maybe I could respect it, because I could be like, okay, you LGBT, so maybe that's why you're into that lifestyle. But this man is claiming to be a heterosexual man and a devout Christian, but you made a whole career of dressing like a woman. It's crazy to me. Now let's get to, hold on, let me see if I can find this video of Taraji P. Henson and Oprah. This disgusted me, how she treated Taraji. Disgusted me. Hold on. I may have to pull up the Oprah thing that I was talking about. Hold on. I mean the Whoopi thing I was talking about. Taraji, here we go. Very standoffish for her. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Let me put this up on the screen. Hold on. Y'all give me a second. Y'all give me a second here. Let's put this up on the screen. I thought this was disgusting, the way Oprah, like, here you have Oprah, here you have Oprah, a woman that's in her 60s, treating a younger woman. And I know, Taraji's no spring chicken, but she is younger than Oprah. And the old is supposed to lead the young. The old is supposed to be, bringing the young up. They're supposed to be, uplifting the young. They're supposed to be helping the young, help them, uplifting them, bringing them into prominence, into their, elder years, and helping them, and, giving them the tutelage that they need. Oprah's not doing that. She's acting all standoffish with Taraji P. Henson. I thought it was disgusting the way she treated her. Let's get into it. Let me see if it plays.
In celebrity news, so this video of Oprah and Taraji interaction has been going viral. So you can see Oprah approached Taraji to stand next to her, but she didn't stand close to her. Taraji had to scoot a little bit so they can be able to take the picture. And then you can also see that Taraji was holding back tears. Fake smiling, but she was holding back tears initially. And if you look closely, Oprah seemed a bit uncomfortable and disoriented. She's looking left and right to see who she can go and stand next to get away from Taraji. She ended up going all the way to her.
Look, she even moves from the spot. She even moves from the spot. Do you believe this woman?
Left to Daniel Brooks to stand next to her, and as you can see, she immediately started touching her and grabbing her hands so they can be able to pose for the picture. And then you're gonna see Fantasia kind of looked at Taraji because she probably was feeling Taraji energy and kind of was making sure she's okay. One thing I can say, energy.
And then y'all don't think it's coincidental that this happens a day later? What, Taraji P. Henson goes on some interview, I think it was Good Morning America or something like that. She starts breaking down. She has a meltdown. Oprah, like, honestly, somebody like Oprah is the villain here. If you want to talk about who's oppressing black women, who's hating on black women, or who's belittling them and giving them not fair payment, I mean, we need to have a discussion about Oprah. Oprah's the villain here. I think Oprah's worse than Tyler Perry. Don't get me wrong. Tyler Perry, he's a criminal in this whole thing as well. But I mean, Oprah, man, she's not a good human being, man. She's not uplifting these women. Sinclair says, who asked for a color purple too? I surely didn't. The first one was amazing. I agree. The first one was really, really good. I think the first one is a classic. I think it's a classic movie. You don't have to see. That's the thing. Another thing, like, everything doesn't need a remake. You don't see white people. They're not remaking no Citizen Kane. Do you think white people are going to remake The Godfather? Do you think white people are going to remake Casablanca? Or what else? Any of these classic movies. These classic movies. Like, we don't need a remake. We don't need a remake of Color Purple. There's so many black stories that we haven't heard, that we haven't seen on the silver screen. There's so many black stories that we haven't heard. We don't need another Color Purple. We got that already. Let's do something new. We need a new story, a new tale to tell. Sinclair is calling Tyler Perry a lapdog of Oprah. He is. I think that they work in tandem, though. I think at one point, I agree with you, Sinclair. At one point, he was the lapdog. But I think at some point, they have become partners. Because there was a point where Oprah was here, Tyler Perry was here. Like, in terms of money, in terms of influence. Through the years, he's done movies. He got a couple billions up. He got his own studio. I think at this point they're partners. They work in tandem now. But yeah, I agree. There was a point, and she even gave him a big lump sum of money to give. He was making content for her on the OWN network. Remember that, the Have and Have Nots? Y'all ever saw that show? That garbage show, the Have and Have Nots. I was throwing it back. I think it's been off the air for a couple of years now. But yeah, he was making content for the OWN network. But yeah, Oprah, man, she's not a good human being, man. I mean, how many black actresses have to come forward? I mean, Taraji had a full breakdown because of this woman. This woman, Oprah wouldn't pay her the money she's owed and deserving of. Oprah was acting all standoffish with her. It's sickening. I mean, if you want to have a discussion on who's holding black women back, who's hating on them, who's belittling them, who's not treating them right, I mean, I think you need to bring Oprah into that discussion. She's a part of that discussion. Nonsense. Yeah, man, but I mean, Tyler Perry and Oprah, man. But in terms of this whole DL Hughley thing, man, I'm Team Mo. I'm rolling with Team Mo. I'm Team Mo all the way. Let me see what the the votes was on here. Hold on, let me see who was Team Mo, who wasn't. Who? If you ain't Team Mo, then you're not on the right team, all right? Let me see what the poll says on there. See if y'all rocking with Team Mo or not. Let me see. Is y'all rocking with Team Mo or not? I need to know if y'all rocking with Team Mo. If you ain't rocking with Team Mo, you're not on the right team. You're on the losing team. DL Hughley, come on, bro. DL, what was the last thing we seen DL Hughley in? Like, let's be real. Ever since Kings of Comedy, like, what has he been in? I remember he had a show. He had a show on UPN back in the day. The Hughley. Ever since then, I mean, what has he been in? Okay, yeah, we got 100% Team Mo. Let's go. 100% is Team Mo. Got you. As it should be. 100% Team Mo. It should be. Ain't nobody in here rocking with DL. We rocking with Mo. All right? The Parkers. I would play the theme song right now. I'm sure if I get copyrighted. That's why I don't want to play it. Yeah, man. We rocking. We Team Mo tonight, man. Listen, you know what I mean? 7 people voted. You know? Unanimous victory, Team Mo. As it should be. It's only right. DL Hughley he ain't have a show. And that's another thing, like, you know, who's like, in terms of like the top comedians right now, no disrespect to DL, because he's not a bad stand-up comedian. I'm not gonna go hard on him like that. He's not a bad stand-up comedian, but he's not, like, you know, nobody's really checking for him. You know, they checking for Dave, they checking for Kevin, they checking for Kat. They're not checking for DL like that. DL, you know, he's not a top 5, top 10 comedian right now. He's not. They checking for Dave, they checking for Kat, they checking for who else? Kevin, even Michael Epps, Michael Blackson. They're not checking for no DL right now. They're not checking for DL right now. Shout out to Sinclair. She says, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, share the content, support the channel. Exactly. Let's go. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this whole kerfluffle between Monique and DL Hughley, man. I thought it was of critical importance to break this thing down. The internet, the interview is going viral. It's really going viral. Everybody's talking about it. I just wanted to break it down, talk about this whole thing, where it started, the genesis of this whole situation, everything that DL was talking about. You know, my final judgment on here, I think that DL is a liar. I think he's a black liar. I think that the lawyers hit him with a cease and desist. He didn't want to get sued. He didn't want to be dragged into a lawsuit, so he pretty much submitted. And you know, he's hating on Monique. He's hating on Monique. You know, he's hating on her. That's my opinion. You know. Yeah, Nelly says smash up the like buttons and hit the like button. Smash up the likes. Exactly. Hit those like buttons. You know. But thank you guys for joining me tonight, you know, breaking down this whole Monique and DL Hughley kerfluffle. I want to give a shout out to all my mods. Shout out to Nelly. Shout out to Sinclair. Shout out to Reese, Jadero, Dr. Strange. All the mods that popped up today, all the mods that came in. Salute to you guys. I'll see you guys on another stream, another night. Hope you have been enlightened as well as entertained. But I'll see you guys another stream, man. You guys have a good night, man. We out. Toodles. These